Good? What'd you guys do? Yeah, what'd you do?
I helped out at my church.
Helped out at church? Alright.
After went to Palm Springs and played soccer down here.
Soccer, sports. How many of you guys slept all week? Yeah? Yeah? How many of you guys had practice? Practice with a few people? Alright. I'm going to talk a little about what I did spring break. Sounds a little selfish, but let me explain. I went on a missions trip to the Bay Area, which is San Francisco, Oakland. A lot of fun. Really challenging. It was awesome. So first day we get there super early, so we have time to go down to the docks. So we went down to the docks and we're walking, and I see this homeless guy. And I decide to look really confused about a sign on a bus because I didn't want to look at this guy. So I'm always really awkward around homeless people. I don't know about you guys, but they're kind of just for me they're not it shouldn't be this way, but to me they weren't human almost. So I kept walking and I looked away and I kind of looked down I didn't want to make eye contact. And that was the first day, and I felt really bad about it sort of. And so the next morning in San Francisco I had a quiet time, and I read Philippians 2 verse 3. And it says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but in humility consider others better than yourself." What does that mean? Consider others better than myself? What? That guy that just passed, he's better than me? What is this? Totally mind blown. And so I was just going through the day, and I was really thinking about that. And so we had this, I call it the $2 activity. If you could wait to where I went, it's called City Search. In our group, we had $2 for each person. We had 9 people to feed ourselves lunch because we're trying to figure out what does it mean to be on a low income in Oakland and San Francisco, because it's kind of expensive there. And so we went around and we were able to feed 2 people, but this is the coolest thing. We're walking back to, I'm going to call it base because we were in a basement, so it's base to me. We were walking back, and I had this plate of food, and I'm like, all right, I don't want to walk in with this food, because then our host is going to be like, what the heck, why didn't you give it to somebody? So I was just looking for somebody, and I saw this guy in the street, and I'm like, sir, are you hungry? Do you want this food? And his face just lit up. And he's like, are you serious? You're really going to give me this food? I'm like, yeah, we don't need it, we have plenty, here you go, have a great day. He's like, thank you so much, you made my day. This homeless guy. I could have just kept the food for myself, saved it for a snack that night, But no, I decided to consider others better than myself. So I gave this guy some food. It was really awesome to see the joy on his face. So later that day, we went to this, it's called King's Club. It's Bay Area Rescue Mission. And we worked with little kids in Richmond. And if anybody knows anything about Richmond, it is not a great place. In our orientation, the lady said it's not unusual for a kid, a little elementary school kid, to walk in saying they saw a dead body shot in the head in front of their school. How many of you would like to see that on a weekly basis? A dead body shot in the head in front of your school. These kids have a rough life. And for me to go in there and think I'm better than them, it's kind of humbling. Because I went in there, I said they're just kids. But then God did something crazy last week. He taught me that people are better than me. I'm not this superior person because I live in Tustin or Irvine and Orange County. Orange County is a great place. But I've met these kids, and they're amazing. I wasn't a kid person, but these kids changed my life. They had hope when there was no logical explanation for them to have hope. They had joy on their face when there's no logical explanation for them to have joy on their face. And so God taught me that they were better than myself. So the next day we went to St. Anthony's, which is a dining room. And they call it a dining room over a student kitchen because for short it's DR, dignity and respect. And so I went, and before it's just kind of hey, how are you? Have a good day, enjoy. And that's when I was just handing out food, and then I started fussing and talking to them a little bit more. And just really hearing their stories, and some of them have some pretty awesome stories. Like one guy lived in San Francisco, was doing pretty well, decided to move away, come back, and now he's living on the streets. But he's a believer in Jesus Christ. He even prayed for me, which was awesome. Like, dude, you're homeless. I'm giving you food, and you're praying for me? Like, what? And so that was really cool. And that brings me to 1 John 3, 1 through 2. How great is the love the Father has lavished on us, that we should be called children of God, and that this is what we are. The reason the world does not know us is that it didn't know him. Dear friends, now we are children of God, and what we will be has not yet been made known. But we know that when he appears, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. We are children of God. Not just the people in Orange County, not just the people in this room, but everybody out there. The homeless guy on the street, the kid with the messed up background, the guy that just cheated on a test. We are still children of God. We are still people. We are still human beings. Whether or not we feel like looking somebody in the eye, because it's weird. They're homeless. Like, why don't I want to talk to them, you know? But they're still a child of God. God still loves them. So with that, I think this was Thursday or Friday. The days kind of really ran together because we did so much. One of those days we passed out socks and hygiene kits and pillows and blankets, and it was really awesome just seeing the joy on these people's faces because we looked at them and we smiled. Like, that smile was probably the only interaction with the person they're going to have that day, and it brought so much joy to them. So just seeing that they too are people. I have one more verse, and this is Colossians 1, 15 through 16. He is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation. For by him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible. Whether thrones or powers or rulers or authorities, all things were created by him and for him. So I just really want to drive home that we are all created in God's image, and whether it is that guy on the street or somebody here at school, I'm pretty sure we all have that one really weird person that we try to purposely avoid because we really don't want to talk to them. Yeah, I have a few of those. I have a few people I purposely try to avoid during the school day. See them kind of I'll walk down, I see them, and I'm just like, oh, forgot something in my locker, and I'll walk away because I don't want to see them. I don't want to talk to them, just like I avoided the homeless guy on the first day in San Francisco. But why do we do that? Because we are all children of God, and we all are created in his image. Yeah, we all have our little quirks. We all have our oddness. I mean, ask Angela. I'm a dork to be breed. I say stupid things, I do stupid stuff, but for some reason she still talks to me. I don't understand why. But, we are all children of God. And I really just want you guys to think about that one person maybe on campus that you try to avoid, that maybe you don't really want to talk to because they look different, or they talk different, or you don't really get them. Try to find that connection with them. On the street, I talk to so many homeless people. And I was talking to one of my friends, and she's like, why would you do that? That's so weird. I'm like, yeah, but now they're my homies. I can go down to, where's a place with a lot of homeless people? Santa Ana. Let's go to Santa Ana. I can go down the street to Santa Ana and hand out lunches and talk to people. Because as a child of God, they just need somebody to know that they care. They need that interaction. We all want that interaction. And we have to realize that, like I said, we are all children of God. So, this is super early because I actually talked a lot faster than I wanted to. But I'm just going to pray us out and just really think about that one person. And think about even yourself. We are all children of God, and whatever you're struggling with, if you don't care about your looks, if you're super self-conscious, I know a lot of girls suffer with being self-conscious and stuff. Just remember that we are created in God's image. And so just think about maybe that one person, or maybe even yourself. Just work on a little bit on who needs to be recognized as God's child. So here we go. Dear Lord, I thank you for the rest that we had in spring break, Lord, that we were able to get some sleep, play some sports, or do stuff for you, Lord. I thank you for this opportunity that we can learn that we are all your children, God, whether we are that super awkward person on campus or the homeless guy on the street. God, I pray that you open up our hearts and our minds to the things unseen, the hurt of people living on the street, the need that's out there, God. Whether it's walking around with a smile or saying hi to somebody, Lord, I pray that you just open up the doors for opportunities, Lord, that we just realize that we are your sons and daughters, Lord. Every single one of us, not just the people in this room, but everyone out there in the world, in the city, in the country, God, that we are all made in your image. And I thank you for this time that we can come here, Lord, and I pray that you just continue fellowship with us, Lord, and that we can become one and really show the world you, God, and just a smile if necessary. Thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.